Well, joining me now is Shane Clark, who is the Unison lead steward and emergency care assistant. Thanks very much for joining us. It's obviously very alarming to see this information come out. Still, even though it is, it's 18 months or so since the pandemic first began, how worried are your members?
Our members are very worried. None of us joined the ambulance service to see what's happening on a daily and an hourly basis. It is deeply upsetting. Some of the stories I've heard on your programme are very, very sad. And, my heartfelt condolences and apologies to everybody on behalf of my members. We mustn't forget, though, we are operating under extreme pressure at the moment, and we can't keep running the service in crisis mode. Our members, our managers are at the end of their tether. They really, really are. What I don't want this to be is a blame game. The hospital doctors, nurses, healthcare assistants are working under extreme pressure, and patient care is absolutely exceptional. This is 10 years of underfunding by the government, and unfortunately has caught up with us.
Are there immediate actions that the government could do you think, that would help?
I don't think there's one fast fix. I really don't. I'm really concerned as we move into winter pressures. We mustn't forget we're in November at the moment, and we're not seeing the normal pressures that the frontline ambulance service and the frontline NHS would be seeing. I think if we have a really, really cold weather, I think that this is the calm before the storm. Moving forward, is there a fast fix? I don't think there is. Community hospital beds has decreased. As we've already heard in your programme as well, care in the community is extremely difficult to get. All of these are causing difficulties with hospital flow. If there's difficulty with hospital flow, that inevitably means that our ambulances are waiting at hospitals. And sometimes, if we've got 15, 16, 17 ambulances waiting outside of an acute A&E department, that's 15, 16, 17 ambulances that are not responding to 999 life-threatening calls. And inevitably, your viewers, and our relatives are waiting a long time for an ambulance. It is deeply, deeply saddening. It really is.
Yeah, I have to say I experienced it myself last year, calling an ambulance for my son. I was kept on hold and told to wait for hours, and in the end drove him to hospital. Not everyone else can do that, and you can't do it in every situation, can you? Would you even advise that?
It's difficult. I've taken somebody to hospital themselves. That sort of speeds up the process a little bit. They'll probably get seen quicker. But the hospitals are under unprecedented demand. The ambulance service is under unprecedented demand. The communities are under unprecedented demand. What we're seeing at the moment is the perfect storm as we move into the winter pressures. It certainly helps us if somebody can self-convey to hospital. But it really, really depends how poorly that patient is. What we don't want is everybody turning up at the front door of an A&E department. We only convey between about 35 and 40% of the patients that we see are conveyed to the front door of an A&E department. The rest we keep at home using alternative care pathways. And the equipment and the medicines that we use on a frontline ambulance. So we don't take everybody to hospital, but what we don't want is everybody to arrive at that front door of A&E. That doesn't help anybody.
OK, Shane Clark from Unison, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Geeta.